Something has been really wrong with Facebook. Not our studio, but there's been something wrong. I kept seeing other people that do StreamYard and all this stuff. But Facebook has been doing something with the videos, because I'm over here and I don't see that. Hold on one sec, because I don't see. That's the problem here. Okay, it says there, but here, that's it. We're having trouble streaming from here. Okay. Yep, I knew it. So sit tight for just a moment, because I'm going to have to re-put in the... That's what we're going to have to do here, if it lets me. Yes, it removed the... That's okay. We're going to proceed, and then I'll just post it, because I'm going to have to remove that. I'm going to have to remove that IP address from the Facebook one, start and do another one. It's not going to change anything here, but we're just going to have to post the video. It's live on YouTube right now, but Facebook has done some new modifications, and I guess that's what people were talking about the other day. So we're going to be fine. We'll be fine, and we'll just post it, and they'll see it. Let's see here. Hold up one moment, if I can. I wonder if we can just go right. Oh, yes, I can actually. Just a moment. Please come to YouTube channel. All right. Now we can proceed. Okay. Now the notification has been sent out. All right. I bet. Give some folks some time to come on in, and we shall get started.
Okay, my bet. Welcome to Grand Rising, and welcome to our what did you call our session?
This is M Hrw, which is Day of Prayer, our
And
weekly day of prayer.
right as we begin, we always begin with the opening of the way as we recreate or not recreate but duplicate what our elder, chief elder Baba Haru Sepata has taught us. So we begin. We get ready to begin.
For those of you who are watching, if you will all stand with us.
And remember to face north wherever you are.
If you're not sure where north is, you can just go to your media and go to your compass and it'll point you in the direction of north.
It sure will. and my north is usually facing back. My back is facing you.
Mine is to the corner, like it's at a diagonal, which is strange, but that's okay.
Okay, just excuse me. So get into you start off with the pose of adoration. So you begin with your left foot slightly forward and your right foot slightly behind. And your left hand is facing slightly forward and your right hand is slightly behind. And you begin with quoting the word of life. In the Kemetic fashion, we start off with Ankh. Netrak in Bahet, Nuk in Bahet, Netrak Happy, Nuk Happy, Tuau and Tuau. Turn to your right. Netrak Circuit, Nuk Circuit, Netrak Kepsanuf, Nuk Kepsanuf, Tuau and Tuau. Turn to your right. Netrak As, Nuk As, Netrak Amset, Nuk Amset, Tuau and Tor. Turn to your right. Netrak Neat, Nuk Neat, Netrak Duamutef, Nuk Duamutef, Tuau and Tor. Turn to your right. Nuk, 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 Netrak Geb, Nuk Geb, Tuau and Tor. Netrak Shoot, 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 Nuk, Shoot. Netrak Tefnut, 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 Nuk, Tefnut. Tuau and Tor. Netrak Paut into Nuk Paut into Netrak and Bull into Nuk and Bull into Tuau and Tor. Take your
Could mine Teppy freeze? M Hrw? Looks like M Hrw is frozen. Maybe he can go out and come back into the studio. No, we're still live. I'm going to give him some time, so see if he can come back into the studio in just a moment. We have to go. There we are. He's coming. We had to go live only on YouTube for a moment because our reoccurring address keeps getting removed from Facebook. So it looks like I will have to possibly make a new one each time. But we're going to give him Hrw Waziri some time to come back in here. And also see if we can't get some folks all right, I see him back. There we go. Are you back? You're freezing. Something's going on over there where you're freezing. I can't even tell. It looks like he keeps freezing up. So we're still going to give him a little bit of time and see if he can't get back in here correctly. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and give out my flowers this morning while we're waiting and seeing if Hrw Waziri gets everything in order. Maybe having technical difficulties. So hopefully that this, and I will share this on Facebook also once we're done and reset those addresses so that everything goes according to plan. So before we did our opening of the way, I also wanted to start with giving thanks to our ancestors, which is why we are here. Saying that his device is not connected. So I'm just going to let that pan out to see. Try adding him to the stage again. It still says. So let's finish with the shouts. To our ancestors, we want to give flowers. We want to give all of our flowers to our ancestors that brought us to the Kemetic legacy. We are all here. We've been brought here from many walks of life, but our ancestors led us here. So first and foremost, we want to give definitely honor and praise to our ancestors. Our M Hrw Waziri earlier did give thanks to our chief elder, who also brought many of us to the awakening of this tradition. There he is, and it looks like he is moving. Are you moving now? Are you good? Can you hear me okay? Are you able to hear me? I can't tell what's going on. He's moving, but I don't see that he can hear me. Anke Ma'at, I see some folks there in the chat. M Hrw Waziri, can you hear me? We will keep going. He'll keep going until he gets back. We also wanted to give that our elder chief that brought many of us to this information into this tradition, Kemetic tradition. That's Baba Heru, Ankh Samaj Se Patah. Also give honor to our chief priest of the Shrine of Ma'at, which is him Neter Jabari. As many of you all know, Osaze. Also honor to our uh, our previous priestess, which would have been him Neter, Hemet Neter in Tepi, Anika. We miss you. We love you. And of course, we want to give honor to Himnetter Waziri, who's having technical difficulties at this time. But we will do that because he is the priest that leads the prayer, weekly prayer. He and I, and we strongly welcome many of you to come and join us and do prayers if you like to come in. I'm going to take a look at some of these comments. Yes, I see you there, Adam Ankemaat. Oh, Sin Curtis, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you for coming here. You can spread the word because Facebook is acting up with StreamYard, but we'll get that fixed after today. Today's a good day, as always. We did our opening of the way. In case you missed that, we start everything that we do with the opening of the way. And as our Intepi Jabari encourages us, what better way to start your day besides starting with the opening of the way? We want to give special flowers to all the males out there, all the babas, fathers, grandfathers, big brothers, any of you who act in as fathers to anyone that are youth, being upstanding men and just encouraging and being the Jegnas for the youth out there, children of your own, children that are not your own. We want to give you all the flowers. I know you guys, it's more than just a day, just like we have all these special days, Mother's Day, Father's Day, but you all do not get enough credit. So I wanted to give you all your flowers now while we can. We appreciate you. We need you. We love you. Any men out there who are fathers or who may not have a great relationship with your own fathers, wherever you may be feeling low, wherever you may be feeling unworthy or unloved, know that you are loved. We ask the M Hrw right now to raise you up in all of those ways. If you are low, raise you up to a higher vibration. If you feel not worthy, let it be shown that you are worthy and necessary and needed. If you feel unloved, may the M Hrw surround you and keep you and place their loving arms around you so that you can feel divine love and be able to provide it. Ashe. Still going to give our Himnetter some time before we get into the Sebai reading for the day. I also wanted to shout out one of our Kemetic sins, brothers of the Shrine of Ma'at. This brother's name is Nelson J. Castile. He wrote a Kemetic prayer book called Kemetic Prayers, a book of Kemetic prayers and affirmations. I got my copy. It's available on Kindle and Amazon. I am sure we will be sharing some of that information here on our weekly sessions here, reading the Sebayit and prayer, doing our prayers for the week. Again, we call this M Hrw, which is day of prayer. In the Meduneter, the word order is verb, subject, then object. So the verb is first, okay? Why? Which is why it's called prayer in Hrw, day of prayer. Today's reading was coming again from spirituality before religion. And I'm going to proceed so that we don't keep you all for too long. And hopefully Abu, our Himnetter Waziri, will approve and his permission would be granted for us to proceed with the reading that he had planned for us today. So I will do that. This is going to be page 42 in Spirituality Before Religions. We are speaking on the characteristics of the Neter and the M Hrw, characteristics of the Creator. An important feature of the Neter was its multi-referentiality. In other words, one Neter could change its meaning or symbol when acted upon differently in different situations. Each situation altered its meaning. It could change its form and actions, but the Netter's symbol would always remain the same. For instance, the sun was represented by many different ways. It was Atum, or Timu, some people call, the creative utterance of the primitive essence, also called self-created one, who rested upon Ptah and called the other Neteru into being. Then you have the primal serpent, delineated the boundaries of the universe. We have the phoenix bird. When the bird was thought to be dead, it rises from its own ashes. This is another symbol of resurrection. Then we have the Kepra, such as my name. My name is Shenka and Nefer Kepra, the dung beetle. There we are. Let's see if we can get him back and he can continue with the reading. Are you able to hear me now?
Okay, mine. Yes,
All
I'm.
right.
We're back.
Wonderful,
We're back
wonderful.
on.
That's all right. I was just going over what the reading was going to be today. I
Okay.
did give the honor to our elder, Baba Heru, our chief priest, Himnetter in Tepi. There's Sin Jason. Hi, Sin Jason. Ankamaat. I also gave you the honor. I gave our men the flowers. I did state that I asked the Neteru to surround our men in any way possible where they may feel low, where they may feel unworthy, where they may feel unloved, that they are raised up by the vibrations of the Neteru that surround them, and know that we do need them. We need you all. We love you and we encourage you. It's not just on today that we want to give you your flowers. You men are needed, fathers, father figures, and all in the likes of such. I did shout out our brother here in our shrine, the Sin Nelson Castile, in his book, in the name of the book, and I told the folks what we will be reading. I went to the beginning of that page, and now that you are here, I'm so happy that you're back to continue with that. Take it away.
All right. Grand rising to the to our guests as we continue. So one of the things that hit me today was as we continue our reading from Dr. Kaba's Khomeini's Spirituality Before Religion. So we're going to start at page 42 and we're going to read the second chapter, which begins with the Neteru metaphoric characteristics of the Creator. As I begin the reading, we start there, and it says, the Neteru is the plural for netter. But besides the solar netter, there were earthly and cosmic Neteru. The earthly Neteru were represented by stones, trees, animals, symbolic objects, the Djed column statues, human beings, etc., all viewed as emanations of the divine creator. The cosmic Neteru were represented by the great forces of the universe, such as the sky, stars, and earth, Geb and Seth. Neteru were the personifying forces that depicted thoughts and ideas about nature. However, the most important aspect of Neteru was the balancing effect that had on good and evil. Humans, by their intentions, chose the neter, or nature of the situation. The purpose of the Neteru was to guide humans to make the best choice in life. The Neteru are male and female aspects of nature. Although they appear to be opposite in character, they are interdependent to each other. Without one, the other could not exist. On closer examination, they acted as extensions of one another. Neteru differ only by matter of degree. They teach us that opposites can be balanced. This concept is known as the principle of polarity. There is gender manifested in everything and all. Masculine and feminine principles are forever present and active in all phases of existence on each and every plane of life. It is this balance of opposites and complements which brought and continues to bring the universe into being and continues its becoming. Everything that you are looking for on the outside already exists inside of you. This concept was enshrined in the story told by Frank Baum called The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy wanted to go home. Scarecrow wanted a brain. Tin Man wanted a heart, and Lion wanted courage. They fought evil to influence the great wizard to fulfill their wishes. When all was said and done, their actions provided that they already possessed what they wanted. Scare- Scarecrow's plan proved he had a brain. The Tin Man's concern for everyone showed he had a heart, and the lion's protective nature demonstrated his courage. Dorothy got home by having faith in herself and clicking her heels and saying, I want to go home 3 times. Every individual is born with a cosmic encyclopedia that contains all the information that has ever existed, exists now, and will one day exist in the future. This internal library is called the Akashic Records. Our earthly responsibility is to recognize, manifest, and activate this great wealth of information from within. To achieve this goal, you must have knowledge, heart, courage, and being at home with your divine gift. It's like being in a dark room where you cannot see anything. You find the light switch and turn the light switch on and see everything in the room. The question is, did everything in the room appear when you turned the light on? No, they were always there. Your light was not on. Our cosmic responsibility is to find our unique divine gift by searching for our switch and turning on our spiritual light. Our spiritual light has always existed. Each of us must not acknowledge, accept, and approve it. However, just like our earthly responsibility, our spiritual gift lay dormant, at rest within us until activated by consciousness. Cosmically, let us go back before the beginning began. Spirit was at rest in the waters of noon. In science, spirit was potential energy, energy at rest. Science says that at the first moment of the beginning of the cosmic universe, potential energy was converted, activated into kinetic energy, energy in motion. And this conversion of energy activated spirit within matter. Being began and the process of becoming started. Both spirit, energy, and matter always existed. The human spirit became active the same way the cosmic spirit came to be at that moment. What is called the Big Bang in science is like the fertilization of the human female egg by the human male spermatozoon. Spirit says everything but does not have eyes. Spirit hears all signs but has no ears. Spirit can smell, but does not have a nose. Spirit tastes the air, water, land, and fire without a tongue. Spirit feels every emotion and thinks every thought, but does not have skin or a brain. However, when encased in the human body, spirit is activated and is allowed to sense all experiences. In ancient Kemet, Africans viewed the moment of conception as the soul being captured in a fishnet. The mystic symbol of ancient Kemet signified the soul, the Ba, represented by the Bennu bird, is being trapped within the body, the net. Spiritual liberation was the liberation of the soul, the Ba, from the finite body, Jijit. This pictograph can also be compared to the universal law of polarity. Pata within noon, energy within matter, soul within the body, which is the bird within the fishnet. Picture of the bird in a fish. Picture of a bird in a fishing net. The three symbols of this pictograph are the falcon, Hrw, representing the resurrection of soul, the Ba, the Neset Bidi depicting the divine human, and the ram Kanum signifying Amen, who is the hidden creator of all. Spirit. Dr. King defines spirituality as a state of consciousness. a profoundly expanded awareness that is achieved by a process of educational initiation in a Kemetic University mystery system as grade 3. Being in unity with light, a state of being in which a human develops the knowledge and the will to free their own soul from the chains of their own latently divine, divine physical body to develop inner vision and operative eye of Haru. After millions of years, the human body, the head, torso, and lower limbs evolved to its divine proportion, and the four ventricles of the ventricular system ballooned open in the limbic system of the brain. At this moment, the mind had a spiritual epiphany. The human sight remembered its divine purpose. As this sacred time, like the same moment at the Big Bang, the mind recalled what the Creator had thought before the beginning began. I want to know myself. Scientifically, this moment would have occurred at the Homo sapiens sapiens stage of human life. On the cosmic calendar, it would have been during the last 3 to 4 seconds of the cosmic year. Involution inspired the human ka, the spirit, to recognize itself by recalling its original source, the Noon universe. The further inward you travel within your body, the purer the energy gets. As you go outward, the more physical materialize. While invisible by nature, the chakras are spinning wheels that activate and harmonize matter and energy, body and spirit. Involution's purpose is to search, find, and motivate the creator within each human masterpiece. Once the creator is recognized and embraced, the spirit within becomes conscious of its consciousness. As each human goes through the spiritual journey, his or her soul takes shape and metamorphizes its metaphysical potential. Dr. Dr. Sobunfo Sume informs us in her book, The Spirit of Intimacy. Spiritual inspiration's purpose is to bind us in such a way that we maintain our connection, not only with ourselves, but also with nature. Spirit helps us fulfill our own life's purpose and maintain our sanity. Spirit is the life force in everything. Spirit helps us accomplish our life's purpose and maintain our connection to the cosmic spirit world. Dr. Somei creates an image of spirit that will again reveal itself when we analyze the African text carved on the walls, coffin, and papyri in Kemet. Spirit exists. Spirit is the essence of actualizing visuals. It is what makes your dreams reality. Spirituality is a way of life. It is in all things all around us. Each of us has access to the spirit. Although spirit cannot physically be seen, heard, tasted, smelled, or touched, it is the very nature that allows us to see, hear, taste, smell, and touch all things invisible. Spirit is our third eye, ear, nose, nostril, and our second tongue and skin. The blood pumps the heart. The heart does not pump the blood. The blood is everywhere in our body, just like the soul. Our soul, as we will discuss later in this chapter, is the individualized, unique spirit in each living essence. The soul is the force that energizes the spirit. In regard to involution, Dr. Somei says, life is the search for spirit. It is intimate. It is an intimate journey. The body dies when life-giving, animated force of spirit leaves the body. The spirit does not die when the body dies. The spirit moves on to the next world. When the spirit is captured by the body, the soul is born. The soul is the personal energy that each living thing possesses. The spirit of the science of spirit is the light, heat, and sound energy that emanates from the sun and reaches our earth through the sun rays. Dr. Edward Bruce Bonham in his book Dark Light reveals. Light is the invisible force that courts energy at rest into energy in motion. Spirit lives in light wherever we see it. Life is spirit in flight. Spirit lives in light, and light lives in darkness. Ashe.
Ashe to that reading. Again, that is from Spirituality Before Religions. And that's going to be starting on page 42, as he mentioned. And that is an awesome. While you were reading that, there were some things that were coming to mind as it relates to the spirit. Um, you know, something that I remembered. It was from a movie years ago. But it was something from I want to say it was Christian rhetoric. But it goes to show you it's not even a matter of where it came from, because as we have been able to uncover, that the information that we're getting as far as our African spirituality goes is the most ancient. But not the matter of that. The matter of fact of what spirituality is still doesn't change. Whoever words it, however many, and just as it said in this text, now, in the past, and in the future, spirituality will always exist, no matter what it's called. And it just brought me to a memory of something that always stuck with me, where it said, and of course the words in my traditional spirituality now has changed, where you would no longer say the kingdom of God, but you would say the kingdom of the M Hrw. And what it said was the kingdom of Amenta, let's say, or the spirituality is within us and all around us. It's not in buildings made of stone. It's not in anything that you can see or feel or taste or touch, but then you can see, feel, taste, or touch it. If you lift a stone, you will find me. Split a piece of wood, and I am there. So it is everywhere. Everywhere that you are, spirituality is. Everywhere that I am, spirituality is too there.
Very powerful and well said. Because reading this text comes alive, and it talks about the fact that darkness, like turning the switch on. What it said about the switch is that all those things that you did not see, were they there before? They were always there, and understanding that spirit always existed. So it's a powerful text.
Yes, it is. And like you just said, it actually it it in itself is its own switch. The words in itself is its own switch, because so many of us are um, chasing some kind of salvation, trying to become. We're searching, but we have it within us. We've had the answers, we've had the wisdom, we've had the spirit. All we had to do was turn that switch on, you know.
And true, and the fact that just activating it when we searching, we got to search within ourselves.
Mhm.
So important that we find ourselves, and being in this shrine is so important, that we come together and we get together and we share what we have found in ourselves, because this is something that has always been, and as we leave this earth, or this realm, we're coming back. We're going to another realm, but it's the tools that we have to operate with.
That's right. This life experience is each plane that we visit, so to speak, is giving us more tools to utilize on the next one, preparing us for the next plane. So here in this life, this physical body experience, our spirit is still the most prominent being that exists. So if we can tap into our spirit within ourselves versus outside of ourselves, trying to look like this or be like that, if you can tap in, then you will realize that, again, that union, just like in our tradition, the Smai Tai. the lower and the higher self become one, and the spirit lives within you, can manifest outside of you as well. And that's when we can recognize that the netter in me sees the netter in you, no matter what place or position it's in. It recognizes that it's there and respects that.
So true. So true. This is the Sebai today was so powerful, and it's so powerful that it reminds me when I was going through the WinWet training. One of the things that we were doing was like we get up to prepare for this what do you call it? I'm still learning.
Well, this here, yeah, yes,
Yeah,
it's a day of prayer.
for our prayer, for our day of prayer. But the thing was that we get into meditation, and meditation is very important because it lets you journey inside yourself. Because I like the metaphor that he utilized when he pointed to the Wizard of Oz, for the fact that he said that everything that each character had, you always had, but
Hmm.
you had to go through a journey to search for it.
And you're right, very powerful. And as we watched, that was one of many of our favorites growing up. And the wild thing about this conversation is us watching the movie, The Wizard of Oz. We can see where the Tin Man says he's no heart, but we are watching how caring he is. And
Very much.
us on the outside, like, but he, look how he's taking, he loves this when he's crying. And then the scarecrow that says he has no brain. But we're watching him come up with all these creative ideas and intelligent, suggestions. And Dorothy with her needing to get home, but home was, another metaphor. Home is where the heart is. And us on the outside are watching them, knowing that they each have these things and they haven't looked within themselves yet. And the moment that they turn that switch on, they realized.
They see
So
the light, right?
yes, yes, yes. Very, 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 very powerful. Very powerful.
Very much.
And we have a comment here that says today's reading illuminates the value of our Kepler process. Oh, yes. The altar work, shadow work, cleansing, prayer, and meditation to look inside for spirit and balance our sacred divine energies within. Ashe, ashe. That is absolutely so true. It really, really is. And I'll tell you, Sin Curtis, that Kepler process, it's been, let's see, I initiated, it's going on 5 years now that I became a member of the shrine. And I can't tell you how frequently that I go back and utilize that Kepler process, because it's all about self-evaluation. And it's not necessarily about the judgment. It's about where you feel the imbalances within yourself. The only thing that can create balance within you when there's chaos and if set is going within. And
True.
yes, yes, I have used that absolutely with the 12 steps. I see that. But and I never thought about, I've thought about the Wizard of Oz in so many ways, but never in this sense of this deep until reading this text. And it was like, wow, they all had those things and we could all see it, only they couldn't. So I think that is definitely very powerful. And we recognize that in the reality of today's time. We can see the potential and the light in so many people, but they feel like they're walking around in darkness. And yes, this reinforces another old circle. Home is where the heart is. Exactly what I just said. Exactly what I said. And it's not in buildings. It's within your heart. And another thing about altars. Some folks don't have spaces to build altars, and they want to build altars. The best altar that you can build is the one within your heart as well, because you can have a spiritual altar. You may not have things and fancy objects to put on a table or anything like that, but you do have the altar of your heart that you can place there, and that goes wherever you are, wherever you are.
That's true. So true. And I'm looking at the text. I'm looking at where it says, "Life is the search for spirit." It is an intimate journey. Intimate. The body dies when the life-giving, animated force of spirit leaves the body. The spirit does not die. When the body dies, the spirit moves on to the next world. When the spirit is captured by the body, the soul is born. The soul is the personal energy that each living thing possesses. Light is the invisible force that converts energy at rest into energy in motion.
Mm.
Spirit lives in light wherever we see it. Spirit, light is spirit in flight. Spirit lives in light, and light lives in darkness.
Mm.
Darkness.
Mhm.
Like so those are the key things. Spirit lives in light wherever we see it. Light is spirit in flight. Spirit lives in light, and light lives in darkness.
Yes, that's right.
So powerful, right?
Yes, it is. And just what he said, life is you're searching for the spirit, the
Right.
search for the spirit. And that when it's so, so true. And it's powerful because you see so many people scurrying around trying to become, um, you know, higher elevated spiritually. And it's within them the whole time, but they're following. And I always tell folks, it's nothing wrong with having mentors, but be careful, be cautious of being just a follower. And it doesn't make who you're following a bad person, but always know that if you follow someone, the only place you're going to end up is that person's house. You may have a cozy place on the couch, but it's still not your home, which is where your heart is.
True. That's so true.
Mm. This was wonderful, wonderful, Himnetter. Definitely wonderful. Honored, of course, to do this with you every week, and look forward to next week and seeing what the Spirit leads you to bring us then.
Very much. Very much. Okay.
Well,
Let's see.
everyone, everyone, thank you for joining us and the comments. And again, I'm glad you all tuned over here to YouTube. We go live on YouTube, both YouTube and Facebook, but Facebook has been um, kind of having an argument with StreamYard. I didn't really understand it until we got on this morning, but I've been seeing uh, lots of different content creators talk about the StreamYard and Facebook Lives. We're doing something. So I think with the reoccurring, we may just have to turn the reoccurring off and reset it every week. But I like the YouTube, and we can always share it live on there. And this way we can reach a broader audience. So it's okay. It shares on both. It's just that our private group on Facebook will have to come to our YouTube page to watch it.
True.
All right. With that being said, I'm just gonna say Shema Ma'at to you all, and all you fathers have a wonderful day, relaxing and hoping you get catered to.
That's true. You want to close us out with the Amasu?
Absolutely. Amasu impa inter, saaksu, imit ra impa inter, agutu awura maketipa, herura. It says, give yourself to the one most high. Keep yourself daily for the divine, and do it tomorrow just as you've done it today. To our winter. Mer to you all. Dua, dua, dua. See you all next week. Bye bye.
All right. Next week.